Hello guys, welcome back to another YouTube video with Tank Reaper. Today on World of Tanks console. We are covering the Tier 1 Japanese light tank, the Renault OTSU. Basically, you could say it's just the Renault FT set, French light tank, which is right here. And like I said, I think I said there was 4. So there's 1, 2, 3, and 4 for the Italians. These little tanks are pretty quickly. I mean, they're not the fastest light tank down here to this tier, but let's get right into some of the stats of this tier 1 light tank and see what it could do in a battlefield. And if it does come back out, should you get this thing? Should you not get this thing? I mean, I'm making these videos so that you guys can make your opinions on if you want to get these little guys or not. I mean, some of them are pretty fun to play with. Some of them has decent penetration and stuff like this at this tier. Like the T20 prototype, which PC does not get this at tier 1. But still, it's up to you guys if you guys want to get these tanks. If you want to play with the tier 1s and the tier 2s, because I'm going to be doing tier 2s after I'm done with all my tier 3s and the tier 1s. So we got 3 more to do, which is 3 more days to record of tier 1 tanks. But let's get right into the stats of this little guy right here in front of us. The Japanese Renault FT. Hoorah! Maybe raw. But the standard AP rounds with penetration is 33. The APCR gets 49 millimeters of penetration, and HE 17, which is, you know, fine for HE. I mean, it's HE, it's going to do damage no matter what you do. The damage for both the AP and APCR is 45 damage per shot, and then it also gets 55 for the HE. Hit points is 125, which, what do you expect? This is tier 1, so it doesn't get a lot. Max speed is 25 miles per hour, feet range is 286, and concealment is 348. I mean, this is tier 1, so if you want seal clubs at this tier with these tanks, I mean, be my guess, but this tank's not the fastest, so yeah. It's going to be a little bit harder to seal club in a tier 1 tank, unless you're playing tier 2. There is some tier 2 tanks that is pretty much good seal clubbing tanks. But I'm not saying you should do that, because if it's a new player and finally get their hands on a tier 1 tank, don't seal club and don't ruin their game. That's one thing I'm telling you to do. But tank, you're doing this. Oh, I'm only doing these reviews for you guys. But this was a tech tree tank. It does get an option of 2 different guns. A 13mm automatic auto cannon type hoe. The rate of fire of this gun is 127 rounds per minute. Accuracy at 100 meters is 0.55, and the damage is, well, abysmal of 8. The penetration is 29. I mean, it's basically, I think this is just a machine gun. Yeah, see, a machine gun. So that's why the penetration is horrible. This gun right here, the rate of fire is 19.61. The only thing the machine gun gets over that gun is the rate of fire. Because the accuracy is looks like, yeah, it's a little bit better, 0.49. And like I said, the damage is better, the penetration is better. You do get a little bit more rounds with this gun, but this one right here is the 37mm Shogakuho. I think I'm probably butchering that name. But what do I put as my equipment? Equipment on this tank is improved ventilation. Crew performance is 5%. Advanced gun line drive, shell aiming speed is 12%, and also track system max speed is 10%, and the chassis and hull rotation speed is 10%, which basically helps the tank. My consumables is repair kit, first aid, and fire extinguisher. Even though you probably don't need them too often down here at this tier, but you never know. I put around 110 rounds of AP. I put around 5 rounds of APCR and 5 rounds of HE. Which, you know, you never know where you're going to need these rounds, because you might face some of the higher tier tanks. Well, about the commander for this tank, she only has 1 perk, which is rapid loading, 10% increase to gun reload speed, so it's pretty good. She's supposed to be for my Japanese medium tanks. And let's look at the armor of this little tier 1 tank. 5-meter thickness, which it looks like, well, the tracks again, space armor, and also the little bit right there in between the tracks and the hull 6 meter thickness, which is the lower stomach of the tank, and little bits in here and there, as you can see. 8 meter thickness, which is the roof of the turret and the bottom part of the turret, and the cupola, a little bit of the cupola. Around 10 meter thickness, which is the gun. 11 meter thickness, which is the roof of the hull, which is the right there near the turret, right behind the turret just a little bit, and underneath the turret. And there's a little bits right there near where the driver goes. 12 meter thickness, which is the upper graces, I guess you'd say, and the butt, a little above the butt of the tank, or the rear of the engine compartment. 20 meter thickness, which is the cupola, the turrets, a little bit of the sides of the hull, as you can see right there. 22 meter thickness, which is the rest of the butt of the tank and that big bit right there in the of the engine compartment of the tank. And then 30 meter thickness, which is the upper graces, the lower graces, where the driver goes, and a little bit of the size of the frontal part of the tank itself as well. But you know what, guys? I think that's enough talking about this tank in the garage. Let's take her out. Let's see what she could do. And I guess I'll see you guys there. See you there. So our first game, guys, on mines. Well, like I've probably said in many of my videos, this is going to be the only map you're going to get at tier 1 tanks. So expecting this to be the only favoring map for tier 1s on console. We're on PC, it's actually for tier 10s as well, which you actually get to see a lot more. I think this one you could see on tier 10s on PC, or is it the other map? I think it's another map that you could see on with the tier 2s. So yeah, I could be wrong. I mean, yeah. But what am I thinking? Well, I'm thinking about going towards the town. I don't know if the enemy tanks are going there or not, and stuff like that. And note that the beast right beside me, the Swedish tier 1 tank, is right beside me. Is actually going to be the next upcoming tier 1 review for the Swedish tanks. So expecting that to come out sometime tomorrow, actually. Yeah. So that's going to be the next review for tomorrow. But yeah, we do have one actual enemy player on the enemy team in the T-22 prototype, which I have done a review on that tank. So if you want to go check that out, go right ahead. It's a pretty fun little tier 1 American medium tank to play. And as you see, I'm looking at the score, making sure there is one only player, where I can't be bum rushed by 2 actual enemy players. But you could also see this tank is it's not the fastest, but it's a tier 1, so what do you expect? But the T-22 prototype, I think, has better speeds than this little thing. But we do spot one tank, I think, right about right here somewhere. Where is he? Oh, there he is. I don't know what I was thinking. I'm playing tier 1. I locked aim, I actually hit his tracks, so damaged them. I aim forward, actually hit his tracks again, and blow them off. Him, penetrate. Hide behind this building. Hit him with my 3rd or 4th shot and wiped him out. I was hiding behind the building so if he has any teammates over here, they don't shoot me, which is the best thing to do. Stay in cover. Make sure the enemy tanks don't shoot you, even though these are bots. But yes, this guy don't pin with his few shots, but he does pin with that shot. I do hit him once, looks like. My team, my team is basically supporting me right here. He does get taken out. This guy does, at the time, when he did ammo rack me, which right there, I didn't realize it until I looked at it, and then I used my damage control party. Repair kit to get my ammunition back up, and here comes the Fiat 3000, which is the Italian Renault. So yeah, there's the Italian version. I'm hiding behind this rock, trying to come out just a little bit so I could get some kind of good shots on him. That shot went right into the rock in front of me, so I'll come out. That shot, I have no clue where that went. That must have been a ghost shell. He does get taken out, but I do get one shot into him. My Lynch tractor friend takes him out, even though these are bots, so But that's what you're going to see at tier 1 more often than not. You are going to find at least 1 to 2, maybe 2 players if you're playing top tiered. At tier 1, we put one shot into this guy, the Swiss Von, the Lynch Tractor. He is hitting me with a machine gun, basically. We hit him twice, we do take him out. And my thoughts process of seeing how much hit points I have left, like 44 hit points, was to go back and go to their cap, because I'm not fast enough to go reset my cap or go back to my cap, and if that's where they're at. I really don't know where they're at this point. I'm hoping that maybe, well, excuse me, robot, but we do get one little information, and that is the lunch tractor at the capture at my base. So I decided, you know what, I know I'm pretty slow, even though this is a bot. If we could spot the actual player, which I accidentally pressed right there, I wanted to press right there, maybe he'll come off the cap circle to go help his actual human player. I'm looking over there because I know he was last spotted over there, but I don't know where he could be at this point. He could be anywhere at this point. And he does get spotted. I do see it on the minimap. First I thought it was over there, but I finally see it on the minimap, and yeah, I kind of make myself look like a fool. But my bot friend there is shooting him. I am coming up slowly because I don't want to get spotted, because he can hit me. Oh, there he is. My first shot went to the rock. He's turned. That bounce. I'm looking for a spike of pen. That is some pen. Right there, his side. I do hit him for a good chunk of his health. He does rise. He got hit. He does pull back. And we bounce right there. He does fire where I'm at. I haven't been detected yet. I do hit him again. He's left on, it looks like he had 11 hit points. That bounce. He is missing me because I'm not detected. And that took him out. And right there's the lunch tractor. I fired, but that went right into the building. Sadly, it did. I'm moving. I hit him once. He's left on 11 hit points. And boom, took him out. What a decent game for the Japanese Renault FT17. That was a good game, guys, but that's probably going to be it for this one, which it is. I hope you guys did enjoy it. If you did, please leave a like on this video, and also subscribe to the channel if you guys want to. And like always, I'll catch you guys on the next one. Bye for now.